Hey, I hope you're doing well. I know I am. I recently bought this set about around a couple days ago, and it's around 3,000 pieces, and I spent around 14 hours during the entire day. I got around noon, and I finished around 2:11 a.m.-ish, around there. But this set is absolutely gorgeous. As we come to this camera, I do apologize. It is a 720p camera. I haven't used it for a couple of years now, and I wasn't gonna buy a brand new one just for this video. But in all its glory, it's the T95 Doom Turtle, or also known as the T28. Couple cool features. For example, it does have movable cupolas. For example, it does have these black wires that you see here. You can actually take them apart, for example, and take apart the extra set of tracks on the sides here. And there is a tow hitch on the back. Let me see if I can show this off here. Yeah, there's a tow hitch on the back there that you can use to tow the extra set of tracks. As you can see, this piece did break off. I'll talk about some of the pieces. They do break off pretty easily, which I will have to super glue myself. It is a pain in the ass to deal with them. You can actually take apart this the actual tank itself and actually look inside of it, for example. So first we have the engine compartment, right? You can actually take this all apart. This, I believe, is like probably used to bring in the air intake, right? And then this over here is the transmission system, right? That you can see the little black gears. Pretty cool. Great detail overall. I mean, it's something to expect with 3,000 pieces. I wish there were more options to have places to put them in, because they are quite loose unless you put them all in. One thing to note, I did miss a couple pieces in this build. So for example, you see here, there's supposed to be something here, like on this side, but I was missing that piece. But this is the actual engine itself. It's pretty great. And then for the crew compartment, you can actually take this apart as well, and you can see another piece is broken off. Yeah, you will have to, if you were to buy this, you would have to super glue a lot of the pieces together. So you do have a fully functioning gun, right? This can move around. Couple other things. You have the chargers for the ammo, as well as the shells themselves. These do kind of wiggle a little bit, but this part, I'll zoom in the camera right here. You can actually move this around and move the chargers themselves. The gun is fully functional. This set does come with 5 figurines, minifigs. I wouldn't recommend putting them in there because I don't think there's going to be enough space. You do have some seats for the crews to sit in, as well as tank controls on this side, or the driving controls, and then there's like a little wheel right here that you can actually, you know, how they use to operate the gun. And a little cool feature that you can just slide in the shells themselves, but they don't actually work like that. A couple things about the tank itself that I kind of dislike. So it's very finicky in a lot of places, which is why I would recommend to super glue it. So for example, on the side skirts or the side angled armor, this part is only held by one piece. It looks like this, and it's a pain in the ass once it breaks off, just for the simple fact that you have to remove the complete side track to put this piece in, right? It's very small. And I really hate it when things are built by just one brick itself, like one attachment. Another thing that I really dislike is the gun mantlet. The only thing that makes contact with it is just this corner piece. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's just really, this very, very corner piece that it makes contact with. It falls over all the time. Another thing that I did notice, for example, the actual wheels of the tracks, like what these attach to, they're very short and they can fall off. So I'm gonna have to later on take these apart and then super glue those again. Also some cool features that I actually like. You do have some compartments that you can open up and put some tools in, for example. And then on this side you have some shovels and stuff like that. Oh, one thing to note, I was missing, this is actually supposed to be completely green. I was missing an angled part, so I did miss, like, I think around 2 to 3 things that were supposed to go on this tank. Like on this side there's supposed to be an extra light, and on this side there's only supposed to be one, so I actually took the light from this side and moved it over here, which kind of sucks, but you know, it happens. You can't You can't complain about it too much. With 3,000 pieces, you do kind of expect it to happen. But yeah, this is a great set. I would really recommend it for anyone that wants to look for a display set to put on like a shelf or something like that. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. This is the under part, for example, which you're not really going to see that much. The under mantlet is also cool. This, if you actually take apart the gun, this actually folds open like this way. So yeah, I spent the last day basically setting this up. Oh, also another thing that I really dislike, the engine stuff. So these are like the tow hitches, right? I believe what the cables are supposed to attach to, they just literally break off really easily. They fall off anything like without any resistance. One thing I also dislike is these aren't really the actual, like, I guess the back of the engine or whatever. They don't actually attach to anything. They kind of just like slide in. I wish there was an attachment so that way you don't, I don't know, maybe I'm being picky here, but they do wiggle a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, this is, overall, it's a great set. I would recommend it. There's just a couple things that have some design flaws. Like, for example, I know I keep on saying it's great, but if you put this on, I don't know, maybe it's how I pressed it in, but on this side it fits perfectly, right? But on this side it goes over the actual, like, the side angled armor, which I don't know if I'll have to like take this apart and then pull this a little bit, then press it down. But the cupolas also do move. But yeah, overall great set. It was around 130-ish Canadian dollars, which was pretty cheap for 3,000 pieces. I do like to look for sets that have great price per piece, because when I see something that's like 3K pieces or 1K pieces, only $50, I'm like, I gotta have that. That's a good deal right there. So yeah, I would recommend this overall. There are a couple, I would say, hiccups or design flaws about this, but once you get a little bit of super glue, you super glue it together, it's just going to go on a shelf and you can look at it and be proud of yourself building this thing. It was pretty painful, 3,000 pieces after 4,000 or after 14 hours, but I can't go back on this. I love this thing with all its flaws. But have a good day.